Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Songs of Syx, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our complete beginner's guide. And we are in the process of building a carpenter facility, and we're redoing our warehouse. Now, while we're redoing the warehouse, the building no longer functions, so all of the numbers on our UI on the right will appear to be 0, but they're actually not really. Now, while we're waiting for this, another element of early settlement is establishing that food engine. Now, we did a good job building a vegetable farm, but there's some other things that we need to do. We need to use our livestock, which we have 15 of, and it hasn't luckily died away yet. And we want to plant our grain, which we also have. You can see we have 38 of that, and get that in the ground. So that's definitely something that I want to take care of. Now I'm just going to go ahead and click here. I'm going to go farm, and I'm going to build a grain farm. Now remember, we have really nice fertility over here by the water. And yeah, it's much better than anything else. Now, the only issue, of course, is it's going to be rather difficult to build this field simply because this will take 9 grain. We can do a lot better than this. Let me add to this, just kind of drag this out, and that will take a few farmers, but do 12 grain. We'll have to chop down all these trees, basically, to clear this space, but that's okay. I'm going to just, I'm going to keep adding to this because I have a bunch of grain, and I really want to get bread going. So 18, I think I have 30. So I'm going to add to this, and now we're at about 2 farmers that this will take, and I'm even going to make it larger, and then this is fine. So we're going to do that. Check. Now, the other thing that we want to do is go here into the agriculture, but we're going to go to husbandry. And as I explained before, the crates of livestock that we have, and in fact, right over here, if you mouse over it, the livestock indicator, it explains these are neat little domesticated animals wrapped in boxes that can be used to populate pastures. But the key is that you don't have different boxes for each animal. So any livestock box can be used for any of these options that we see over here. And if you mouse over them, they will show you what the animal yields when you build the field. So it's like if I build a field of aurochs, for example, this top animal, they will yield meat, skins, and they will also kind of procreate and produce more livestock. Then you can kind of see over here with this bug guy, it's mostly just meat, and then this is meat, and then down here at the very bottom, if we had onxes, they would give you some cotton. But we need aurochs because we want these hides to produce clothing so that people can stay warm in the winter, and it's just one of the fulfillment things, that they want to be able to wear clothes. So this will do a lot for us. It also does produce food. So we're going to build an auroch pasture. As I select that, and this opens the screen up here for us for auroch pasture, and it's, as you would expect from everything else that we've been learning, what it's going to take to build it. However, there's slightly more to it. Now, what's interesting about just in the sense that we need to build 2 interior items, but understanding how many to put in there, and I'll show you this. When you build a pasture, you want to make sure that the ground is actually pretty fertile. So I'm going to click this eyeball for the overlays and go to fertility. And we know that the area over here is pretty fertile, but this is actually pretty good. Like this area here, and so is this area over here. So if I were to just drill in like this, then you could see that this would be, a pretty small area for livestock. So I'm going to just kind of increase the size of this to about like this, I suppose. For now, I'm going to turn off the overlay. And, alright, we're building the auroch pasture. Okay, pretty good. I am going to say, alright, so this is going to need 1.4 workers. Make this just a little bit larger. There. And what we're going to do is build a gate. Now, the gate has to point out and be on the edge. So I'm going to put it like right here. So this is kind of how animals get in and out. And then we need to build a hut for the efficiency boost. And one hut over here and another hut over here. And we have 100% efficiency. It's going to take 77 lumber. We do have to clear these trees, but that is a completely okay check. Now we're going to wait for this to get built, and I'm going to unpause the game and just kind of let people work. So we have a lot of jobs assigned. If I wanted to, and you can do whatever you want at your own pace, we could build more housing situations to bring in some Dondorians, maybe some humans, and even some tilapias if we wanted, because those are species that get along just fine with our Cretonians. But for now, we're just going to leave it as is. People are hanging out in the water. That's pretty sweet. Oh, I'm going to pause it. Looks like this is done. So the carpenter is done, and they've taken 2 workers, which is all that we can fit in there at the moment. However, I actually am going to scale this back to just 1 worker for now. By clicking here in the employment panel and just knocking it back down to 1 worker, because furniture, I do want it, but right now I want to focus on getting all these other things built. And the warehouse is almost redesigned with way more crates. Once that's done, the warehouse is back. Here, let me actually right-click, click on this. And it does need 1 delivery man. I'm going to give it to them right there. There. And once the delivery man gets in here, they'll put the food back in the crates. But they don't know what crates. So we got to pause it. So we got to start assigning crates. Now we have 21 crates. So we're going to go fruit. We're going to go meat with 2. I'm going to go, I don't know if I have any rations left, but I'll select it. Do this, select vegetable. 2 wood, a stone, a livestock, a cotton, a grain, skins, because we're building the auroch pasture, and furniture. Okay, great. Is there anything else that I want to store at the moment? Bread eventually, but we don't have it yet, so this should be fine. So let's just kind of unpause it, and people should start putting stuff away inside the warehouse eventually. And there they go. Alright, you see some wood is in there. And they're working on this field. I'm going to speed it up. Oh, I'm going to pause it because we can actually hire another Cretonian, so I'm just going to right-click on this, and there's only 1, so I'll authorize them to move in. We need laborers, and we'll just kind of speed it up. Now, our food has gone down, but this might not be accurate because the warehouse is not properly filled. There. And it's gone back up because we are properly allocating everything in the warehouse. What is this? Wood, cotton, grain. Okay, that'll get put away eventually, hopefully. All right. Alright, this massive field will take a bit to get going, but that's okay. There we go. So now everything has been put away properly, and we're doing okay on food. It's not the best. We have, let me see this. Ooh, we have 3 more that we can authorize for Crotonians moving in. I'm just going to double click over there to get them all in. But now we may have to do a little hunting until we get our agriculture turned on. We are in winter. So it's getting a little chilly. Okay. And we'll just kind of unpause it. And now we have 16 people. And surplus of 4 housing space. And we have 2 furniture built up, which is decent. A lot of odd jobbers. Hopefully they get done with this pasture. I'm going to go here. Actually, no, here. Roads. Actually, I'm going to show you something. A really cool trick in this game is you can, like, control click on pretty much anything to duplicate it. So if you want to just build dirt roads, like I want to build a road to this pasture, then you can just control click the road that exists and they will build that. And I will allocate 1 more for wood, like so. Another crate for cotton, just kind of making room for things. This is coming along. This is sort of coming along. And I'm going to just bring in another Crotonian immigrant because we have space. And I need the laborers to help with this. Now, we're starting to run low on food. You see we have 12. But very, very soon, this will be done. And here's the auroch pasture. And... oh, good, they're done. I'm going to pause the game for a moment. So they're done at the auroch pasture. And I'm actually going to auto-employ the auroch pasture so that we make sure we have the right amount of people here. And let's see how we do bringing in the animals. All right. Insufficient workers allocated. It'll take care of that for us. Okay. And they should start bringing in all the animals from here. But what you could see about this is this pasture that we built is actually only big enough for 5 aurochs. So one choice you have is you could go to husbandry and then make globdians so you can get some eggs, and make onxes so you can get cotton, if you want to have like a diverse assortment of items. But I don't. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click on 5 animals is not enough. Like, I want more animals in here. Currently, this is what we're getting each day, production-wise, from this pasture. It's not bad, but it's not enough. So what I'm going to do is click on this, and we're going to click this, and click to make this bigger. I want the pasture itself to be larger so that we can hold more than just, you know, what we've got. And then also we need to build another hut, so we'll just kind of put it over here and over here. Pretty good. And I'll build 1 more, I guess, and then check. And then they'll work on this so that we can hold more animals here. All right, we are day 4 of winter. And I want to finish this grain farm and finish this pasture. If I can do that, there we go. Great. And now the advisor says loyalty is decreasing. It is of the utmost importance that you tend to your subject. Check the Citizens tab in the upper left to see what can be done to increase happiness, and don't invite more immigrants to join until you have it under control. So this is true. I mean, obviously, but what is to say, what I'm extrapolating is our loyalty is actually good. But every time you recruit more and more people, then you take a hit in terms of fulfillment and things, because you're straining your services and you're straining your access. So you have to kind of do the business of just being calm, not recruiting too many people, just making sure everything is good, and then go into this. Now right here, you could see they have equipment needs, and this is their clothing. Now I'm on Cretonians. I'm actually going to allow them to have one piece of clothing instead of two, to make it easier to fulfill that need and make sure that people don't take too much clothing. So one piece is fine for now. I'm not going to allocate anything else to them at the moment, because if you give them furniture, for example, I did that once, and I could never produce enough furniture to keep up with the population. They just kept taking all the furniture, and you need it for buildings. So we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to be okay with where we're at, but keep an eye on it and turn them down to one clothing. And now this Auroch pasture can hold 11 animals, so pretty good. But if we want it to be able to hold all 15 that we have, or actually I guess at this point 14, then we need to make it bigger. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to just go here, and I'm going to add, and I'm just going to kind of go just like that. Oh, nope, never mind. Right click. I want to make it even. Like that. Sweet. Okay. I'll get it there. I want it to maybe even be slightly bigger so that if we grow the population of these guys, then we have plenty. All right. So now that we have a little bit of furniture coming in, I am going to see, how's this grain farm doing? Okay. It is auto-employing, and it's taking 3. So that means it's done. It just has a bunch of wood sitting on it, which I'm fine with. And I'm going to I'm going to give one more employee so we can crank out some more furniture. And then what I'm going to do is build another service. So we're going to go to health, and we're going to build a laboratory. So this is another thing that'll make everyone happy. And I'll put it close to the people. Maybe this looks good. Something like this, and we'll put a latrine in here and a basin in here, and then we will put in a door over here and a door over here. Now, however, though, are you wooden? You weren't. So I need to actually destroy the entire thing, so I make sure it's wood, because this is what the people will like. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make it slightly larger. Here, I'll put it right up against this like this. There we go, 6 by 6. This will let me put a latrine here, and then a basin here, and then I'll put a doorway here, here, and even here. And then we will check. All right, perfect. So you can see this building, it's going to take 8 furniture to finish it, which is why, you need furniture so badly for some of these more advanced buildings. But we do have 3 furniture, and hopefully they'll start churning out more furniture. And this Auroch pasture is done, and it can hold 17 animals, which is perfect. And they're going to start bringing in the animals. The workload will increase once we get all the animals in here. Let's wait for that to happen. You can see the animals moving around, and look at this. Now each day we're producing meat and we're producing leather. So that is beautiful that we are going to have some more food coming in. And actually you could see the blue bar over here. That's always what you want to look for, that blue bar boosting up, because the blue bar means that you have a raising loyalty. Food is problematic. This little caution symbol right here, or this problem symbol, this means like we don't have enough furniture for this. So we're waiting to get furniture before this is done. So we do have 2 people working here. They'll get the furniture done eventually. So we'll just wait for that. Now in the meantime, we've got clothes coming in, right? But we can't distribute clothing. So what we need to do is build a market so that we can get these items distributed for them. So let's see here. If I go into distribution and I go to market, then we can build right underneath here just another area for a market stall. And we can rotate it. 1, 2. You can see this will take 8 furniture. And then 12 furniture, but just about 1 employee. So I'm going to say construct it. And they'll build it or do the best that they can, but we are kind of like, running a little short on furniture, and what can you do? Okay, so we're doing all right, but we might have to hunt some more for food. So I'm just going to pause the game, and then it is back to spring. So they're going to be planting these fields, and this thing will give us a bunch of vegetables, but we have to wait. Now this should be able to give us a bunch of grain, which we want to process, but we're going to need some buildings to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to zoom out, and let's just go over here. Yeah, I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to say hunt, and we're just going to take down, I think 3 of these guys should be enough. We don't want to take out too many. We don't want to get anybody hurt. Livestock, by the way, that we put in here, we no longer have any livestock in the storehouse, and we currently have 13 animals in here. And they should start growing that and reproducing at some point. Livestock's really expensive, so you want to build your livestock area soon so they don't degrade and fall apart, because to get livestock, you can't just get it on the map. You can't like tame the animals that are on the map. You have to trade other groups for them, and that's quite expensive. So we don't really have a lot of money right now, so we want to just kind of lean into what we have. Okay. I am going to bring in another immigrant. Wonderful. Now, as you could see, at this point, as we're just flying along, and we've got our field here, and they're killing a lot more animals than I really want, but that could have been well, we'll see. not a result of something else, I guess is how I would put that. But hopefully that trend will reverse. Now, we could make the carpenter's workshop larger to allow it to permit more employees so that we can make our furniture faster. That's something to consider. But also, we need to go here, and we're going to go to crafting, and we've got the carpenter, but if we go to refining, we want to build a bakery at some point. So a bakery is what's going to allow us to take the grain and turn it into food. So we want to build it next to the grain farm here, and, make it of a reasonable size. And we're going to put in oven, and we're going to put in storage, and an auxiliary oven so that we get 100% efficiency, 2 employees, and we need to put in some doors, beep, and okay. So we have 18 people, but we only have 5 odd jobbers because we have manually assigned some labor and then automatically assigned others, and they are going to the jobs that they do have at the moment. All right. So at this point, we're building our little bakery here. Probably this is waiting for furniture. This is waiting for furniture. I feel like I probably want a little bit more furniture than I have. So I'm going to click on my carpenter's building, and we are going to click here, and we're just going to add onto it. I'm going to try to double it here. There. That should happen. And then we have a workbench. Do I need another one? No, but we need to do this. Oops. Okay. Here. I'm actually not happy with that. Here, let me right click out of that and then click on Oh, okay. So by doing that, I actually turned this off. I didn't mean to, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is go to... did I even have a job here? No. So I'm going to go ahead and say... crafting carpenter. Yeah, let's just rebuild this. But no, we actually need this one. There. And now I'd like to put in a workbench up here and a auxiliary station over here. And then this is still saying employees 2. So let's put in another workbench down here and another workbench over here. There we go. Now we can have 6 employees, but I need another auxiliary station up here, 100%, and then storage over here. And we will put in a door, here, here, and here, and check. All right, great. I need more people making furniture. It's just all there is to it. Now, you can left click on food and check this out. For the first time, we are producing more food than we are consuming. So we're getting to the point where we're back up to 10 animals. Very good. We actually are at a food surplus for our current population. So we can kind of take a moment to really luxuriate in that and start now to really consider building houses to maybe incorporate some other species into our settlement. All right, everybody. Well, we have now built a livestock pasture. We have a grain farm. We've got a bakery actually together, but we don't have any grain to put here because all of the grain is on the field. So what you want to do when a situation like this arrives, if they say, okay, well, we're going to be working here, but we have no grain, they can't do anything. So because there's no grain inside this building for them to do anything with, what we want to do is actually turn this building off. Okay, so we can click the lock button right here so that the building is off until we actually have grain, so that those workers will go do something else. Because right now, that's not they're just going to sit there but not do anything. Now, once we get grain, then we can turn that back on. All right, everybody. Livestock pasture, new field, expanding our carpenter. We're working on a market, and we're working on our laboratory, but we need more furniture to do that. And we also want to start maybe bringing in some other species now that we are net positive. We were on food. We'll see how that actually plays itself out. Oh, you know what? I think they might have been taking into account the bakery as part of the food. And I think what the bakers did was they took the excess grain that I had and they had turned it into food, or they were getting ready to turn it into food. So I can actually, if I turn this back on and then just wait a second for people to come over here and do that job. Yeah, now the production rate is way up because we are making bread. And they must have some grain that they already brought over that they're turning into bread. And I'll actually, since they have a little bit, I'll leave it there so that we can have some food. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. We got a lot of work to still do, but now you could see we've got a chance of really, really starting to grow our community. Take care.